Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com, coming back to you with another video. And I had a comment that came in on my YouTube channel asking, is it okay to, dive right into the carts or the new inventory, the clothing racks that the employees are bringing out? So I wanted to discuss this because this is a very important topic. I was talking about this subject matter in one of my previous videos where I was sharing, one of the things that I'm always paying attention to and I'm cognizant of when I'm at a thrift store is the new inventory. I'm trying to pay attention to where the employees are they bringing out new inventory, where are they putting the inventory. And when it comes to thrifting, there's so many people reselling now that you really want to attack the new inventory. You want to find the new color, you want to find the inventory that's new, you want to know where it is. And when you see that new inventory coming out, you definitely want to attack it. But I do want to mention a couple of things. Number one, some thrift stores do have rules in terms of touching the inventory before it's actually put onto the shelf. I don't really have this in my area. It kind of seems like it's a free-for-all. Of course, you want to be respectful because the employees and the staff, they're trying to work, they're trying to put stuff out. And I always try to, as I've mentioned previously, build relationships with the employees. I respect them. I try to keep things clean and I just try to make their lives easier. So in my area, I can only speak from my experience. When new inventory comes out, I go right after it. Now, there's a couple different types of employees at the thrift store. The ones who are just like, you can tell they can't stand resellers. They think that we're vultures. They're just like, they don't understand what we're doing. They're almost like disrespected by you going after the inventory. And I think that's because some people just have no boundaries for other people's personal space. If I see an employee digging into the rack and they're organizing it, I'm not gonna just barge right in. Some people will, sometimes I'll make some small talk or I'll be like, hey, do you mind if I take a look at this? I don't want to get in your way. I know you're really busy. Or, hey, how's it going? I was interested in looking at that. Is it okay if I take a look? And you should be good to go. Some stores, especially the, for example, have you guys ever gone to the Goodwill bins or the Goodwill Outlets where they bring out those huge carts? Well, at places like that, at least in Connecticut where I live, they make everybody essentially surround the inventory and you're not allowed to touch it until they say go, and then everybody dives in. So when they're bringing out those carts at the outlets, you're not allowed to touch them. So I'd be curious, comment down below. Let me know where you're from, what thrift store it is. Is it like a Savers, a Goodwill, Salvation Army? And do they let you touch the carts or the new inventory before it's put onto the actual floor, wherever it's gonna go? If the clothing rack's coming out, can you start picking off of it when they finally, drop it off in the position, or the cart when they finally drop it off in the position? Let me know. And also I'm curious, say that the inventory is coming out of the back room and maybe it's a 45-second travel time for them to get to wherever they're gonna drop it off. Are you picking while they're moving, or do you wait until the cart stops? I always wait because I feel like it's disrespectful to be picking while the cart or the rack is moving. But again, I don't blame resellers for attacking these carts because this is where the fresh inventory is, and I can't say it enough. If you're thrifting, go after the new inventory. Is there opportunities with inventory that's a week or two old? Absolutely. But your ROI, your return on investment, or even your ROT, your return on time, depreciates, it decreases rapidly the longer that inventory has been on the floor, because you're gonna have resellers like myself and people who are 100 times smarter than me running through these thrift stores, scanning the books, looking up the clothing items. And again, items do fall in between the cracks. Matter of fact, I was at the thrift store with Mama Profit, was it yesterday or the day before? And she found a book that was a color, which I know that color has been sitting for over a week and a half. And it was a $27 book with a really great rank. And it was a tiny, thin book that must have just got lodged in between some books and the scanners missed it. I don't really see that anymore because there's so many scanners and people going out. But again, don't let it discourage you about the competition. Why? Because there's so much inventory hitting these thrift stores. All you have to do is find one or two items, right? If you find a textbook selling for 80 and you can net 50 off of it, boom. For someone making $20 an hour, that's 2.5 hours worth of work right there. Now, of course, you still got to list it and ship it in, and it takes time, but there's so many opportunities, right? Yesterday, I went to Savers with Vinny, and I have a new video coming out. It may have already come out, where he found a little action figure in a $2.99 bag at our local Savers. They put 15 or 10 action figures in a bag, and one of them was worth over $100. This stuff happens, but you gotta have the knowledge, you gotta research what sells, you gotta get to the thrift stores regularly, you gotta attack that new inventory. And again, like I said, the foundation is you've gotta go to the stores, you've gotta learn what sells, and you've gotta be able to identify it. So when those new carts out, I would attack them, be respectful, don't make enemies with the workers there. Again, that's why I always build relationships and try to add value. But again, you know, there's a reason the resellers are attacking the new carts and new inventory. So let me know below, are you allowed to touch the inventory before it hits the floor? What are the rules in your area? I would love to know. But with that being said, smash that like button. Much love, and see you in the next one.